Okay.
Like
Okay.
So
creating the media, the content,
Okay. Great.
yes, allowing them to create their own content.
Okay.
Access,
Absolutely.
yes, they should also learn to access the media, understand media, and analyze.
Yeah.
Analysis will to help them to understand better what they are being taught.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Blessing. Simone
Okay.
and then Renice in that order.
Yeah, I remember you were saying that it can get overwhelming as instructors to use so many learning strategies or try to incorporate different learning strategies in the classroom to facilitate learning. But media can help us. Media is the way that can help us to incorporate a lot of these different principles.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Next person.
yes. So for me, I remember well. What took from it is that we're living in a technology area, and instead of being afraid of it or not allowing the students to embrace it, we should just. I'm sorry. So you say something to me? Something is happening. I
No,
lost
I'm
you.
sorry. No,
Oh,
I
we
didn't.
should just okay. We should just embrace it.
Hello.
And I love the
You're back
point,
down
and
a
that
bit.
stood out when you said it to me.
Thank you.
That what we can do is allow the students to use the technology to create their own rubrics or stuff like that, and we just guide them if they want to learn. We're teaching them how to cite stuff. We can guide them and show them how to. And I think you even said it in Monday's class where we can even instead of being afraid of the AI and tell the students not to use it, we can actually help them with prompts and just guide them to to learn and use technology effectively. So
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that so much. All right. We have
Hi, Jonas.
Nicolette. Yes. Evans, go ahead.
That was the same point I was going to raise. That we should motivate the students to use the media or the medium and give them autonomy, and this will allow for them to grow.
Thank you. Absolutely true. All right. So, what is your concept of text literacy? What is text literacy for you? What would you say is text literacy based on what the authors would have mentioned? Yes, John Williams.
All right. So based on what we looked at, it says gather and communicate information with text. But I'm also looking at it as being able to understand the information that is given. So I'm looking at text literacy as understanding the text or the information, as well as being able to create as well.
Okay, I like that. Okay, appreciate that so much. We have Alexia and Nadine.
Sir, can John just repeat, please? I didn't hear him so clearly.
Okay.
Oh, no. So I was basically stating what we looked at, which was the ability to gather and communicate information with text. But I'm saying it should also be our ability to understand the text or the information.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. We have Alexia and Nadine, and then I go to the chat.
Okay, I agree with John that it should be about reading and understanding, but it's also about knowing what to add and what to take out. When we research, we get so much information, and sometimes a question is asked, and the students just dump all that information in instead of using the relevant information and taking out the fluff or taking out what's not needed. So I think that's a part of text literacy as well.
Yes, absolutely. I appreciate that. We have Nadine, Renice, and Blessing.
Comment
Yes.
ça va? Ça va bien,
Okay,
merci.
so I agree with John. Basically, the the text literacy, it has to be clear and concise, because if it's not clear, then persons who are reading will not be able to understand and to participate in whatever is being asked to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to make it too over the top, too complicated. Uh, it should be simply enough that students understand what they're supposed to do, right? Based on the instruction you're giving or the question you're asking or the information you're providing. Yeah, appreciate that. All right, so we have also, there is Nadine and Blessing. Your hand's still up. Sure, but go ahead in that order.
So let me lower.
Okay, great. Thank you. Blessing Vincent, where? Yes.
I don't understand anymore. Leon, haven't seen you for a
Blessing,
while.
are you there?
How
I
are you
see your hand,
doing?
but I'm not sure if your mic is.
Yes.
Okay.
In the area of text literacy, you did mention giving of handouts. It's not giving her with a lot of bulky information in the handout, but the ability to make students understand
I'm
what
from
you are
Turkey. Hi, I'm
actually
from
dishing out to them,
Jamaica.
so that they can also explain by themselves, reading to understand what they are reading.
Subscribe. Hello.
Okay, absolutely. I appreciate
Homecoming.
that. I appreciate that. Thank you. All
Okay, you
right,
know
we
come up
have
here with me.
Renice and also Erica Robinson
No,
Starch
in me no
in that
see.
order.
Oh yeah, me see it.
Yes,
Me see it
Blessing
now.
took it right out of my mouth. I think it's, not just
Stanford
providing
University
this
Software
whole heap
Engineering
of
online certificate.
information,
Okay, you're doing
but
that now?
or not
How has
just
that been?
accessing this whole heap of information and not knowing what to do with it. You know, um, and I was also thinking, because I heard you say, I'm wondering if I'm misinterpreting, that it also has to do with being able to use the correct fonts and stuff like that when you zoom out the slide earlier. So I'm wondering if it was something else and I'm not.
Well, in terms of creating, text information in the format of text, some other things that you want to bear in mind, because I could maybe if I had the time just to show you different fonts that are there, like in Microsoft Word. Let's say you're just typing up a document to create a handout. There are different fonts you can use, and actually, the different fonts that you use can make a difference in terms of the readability, or just how that handout looks. It could be, a type of font that is so narrow that you can't make out the words or the phrases, etc., versus something else that's more spaced, that's easier on the eyes. Maybe that's the term I want to use. In website design, we have something called user interface design, right? We look at whether it's user friendly, and sometimes even the fonts that you use on a website, for example, can be, can make it difficult for you to be able to read that information that is there. All right.
Yes, sir. And I was saying that that would have been a part of text literacy as well, because having that information and being able to apply those stuff, would help our students and our learners as it relates to being able to understand the material that they would have been given. Yes?
Yes,
Or no?
absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. We also have Erica Robinson Storage. I saw your hand. You can go ahead, please.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Just commenting, Annalie has a very interesting comment in the chat where she says text literacy is actually how someone would decode and interpret the given text. From that perspective, I have a question. If that, from that perspective, would you have varying levels of text literacy according to the degree and level and intensity of
Guys,
the
if you're new
information
here, you
that is to
haven't
be
subscribed.
communicated?
Please
And
subscribe.
if
Hit
there
the
are different
subscription button.
levels, how would they be classified? Because if you're teaching at the primary versus the secondary, tertiary, you would have different levels. And how would one
consider that variation as and what would be the stark differences between those levels, because if you're building a PowerPoint for a primary, you would probably want to use graphics, as against when you're at the university you might want to use an infograph or something like that. um, are there any literature on all of that? I think that's my question.
Yes, absolutely. That's a very, very good point. And yes, the answer is yes. There are different levels because as you said, if you're design and going back to what I was saying with a website, if you design a website for, um, for children or for adults or for persons with certain types of disability, then how you format the text with the colors that you use, the font size, all of these will be different, right? Based on the different groups, your target group that you're targeting. Same thing with, teaching and instruction as well. Depend on the different age groups and even their reading levels too, right? Then as a teacher, you want to take that into consideration. There's, I guess, studies that are out there. You can always do, some research, and I guess I'll just throw this out to the others as well, because some of you have years of experience in the classroom, and you have probably worked with children or different groups at a primary or kindergarten or secondary level, etc. All right. So I see also, Kian, you have your hand raised, and then I'll go to the chat.
Thank you, sir. I was thinking that the differences you'd have to take into consideration the developmental stage of the person. If it's a child, children are expected and to have different levels of text literacy versus an individual who would have been older, more developed. Also, you'd have to take into consideration learning needs. You have to take in consideration disability, as you were saying, sir. So all of these would come into play. We can't, depending on the development of the child, and we're talking about not just physical development, but cognitive development, depending on the stages, would have to consider the things that would be more appropriate for the age group.
Absolutely. Thank you for that additional information. And so let me just go to the chat and just look at some of the comments here. Yes, you're saying different age groups. I see that. Well, let me go back a little bit up further here. I think you were talking about, okay, being able to understand or interpret written text. That's the set. And Alexa, Amika, you're saying, Alexa, you're right. Struggle with my students as they write the first thing they see in its entirety on
Hey.
completely. Okay, the assignments. Yeah, that's probably true. And I think we need to do a study, or maybe I should do a study on this, because who have you ever been doing a Google search? Sometimes you see there's a lot of results that are there, but how many persons actually pass the first two pages when you're doing a Google search?
Hello.
The first thing you see, you want to grab it, right? Anyways, we'll come back to that.
Well, I'm doing
The ability
postgrad
to
in
manipulate
education, but
technology
it's
to
not free.
create
It's not an
or
online thing.
present text in different styles
Guys, if
or
you're new here,
ways.
subscribe.
Comprehension. You're still talking about text literacy there. That's great, son.
We're on
And
for the
we
next
have Nadim
hour,
still not able to.
and then
You
we're
have a
going to take
challenge
a
with the
short
weather,
nap,
son.
and then we're going
Nadim,
to
we'll
come
have to
back and
come back
finish
to that
doing
and
some
see
work.
what is the reason. Annalise said it will be different for different grade levels based on the question that was asked.
Jonas, could you
Okay,
convert that
Bernice is
into
saying the same
English,
thing too.
please?
And Annalie, especially for students with diverse learning needs in the classroom, yes. Juliana, you're saying the intended audience will determine how the text is created. There are many factors to consider. That discussion, and adding to discussion based on your own experience in looking at some of these topics, right? We're going to segue now into a little demonstration looking at Microsoft PowerPoint and also Google Classroom. But yes, some of these things that we looked at are very
Why not
relevant,
if we said it's too
to
tough, can we fall upon it to sleep
different
and
grade levels and
then
different
that me
situations.
can see through any
And
noise,
so, in our
but me no know
practical
today
way,
is that me just
we
sit
will
down there
see
face
that coming
quiet.
out,
You know, me
as
I
you
sleep up some
interact with your
paper for me
students
and
at
they
those
write
different
on my ears.
levels. All right, so I hope that this
Gonna
was
sleep.
meaningful to you in
Those are a
terms of the
couple time,
discussion that
but
we
me
had.
sleep.
And so I'm going to wrap up now at this time based on the time. I'm going to stop this share. And I'm going to put again for those who didn't get a chance to. I'm not sure what the challenge you're having though with the register for those who are having it, but let me see. I'm gonna put this back inside the chat. I know you should be able to get access to it. It should not ask you to sign in or anything because I removed that. Let me see again. I did remove that requirement. Let me see something. So it should pretty much allow you to sign.
Sir,
So yes,
it's still asking me to sign in.
and that's
Cause
you,
for
Nadine.
Yes,
education.
sir.
Strange. There's no requirement for signing in.
And
So,
when I click on sign in, it's just not
Everyone
going
has
through.
oh,
I'm having the same experience as well, though.
I'm wondering if it's because you are already signed. Is it that you're already signed into an account and you're using that account with the link? I mean, have you tried going
I'm
to
in
maybe
Turkey
like another browser that you're not signed
soon.
into? Because sometimes what it does is because you're signed in
Soon.
with an account, it will automatically pick that up. But it shouldn't ask you. All right, I just want to confirm is with the others, is there anyone else that can confirm that you don't need to sign in?
Yes, sir. I'm able to sign. No problem.
I just saw my name, sir.
I did not have a challenge when I clicked on the link.
Okay, so like what I'm saying, thank you for sharing that. So what I'm saying, just trying to navigate this space is that if you just open another browser
What
that
does
you're
that
not
mean?
logged into, like if you log into your Gmail on Google Chrome, for example, just open an Edge browser or even another. How it works? Okay, if because usually I'm using like Incognito or something, so you can just log in with the normal
My nose
without the
is
incognito
stuffy.
mode and see if that works, right? And vice versa. Um, just try that and see if it works, or even just use a different device too. But I'm sure it should work. All right, great. So, all right, check that out and let me know. If it still doesn't work, let me send me an email, and I'll try to just add you. That's fine. All right, so let's jump into this. I want to do the demo, so I'm gonna put again the register just in case there's somebody else who need to sign that, and then I'll just jump into this in here. Okay, great. All right. Let me see. Who? Okay. So I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can do this. I wanted to show you some things that are possible. Give me one moment, please.
And there is Hi, Levi.
All right. My apologies. So I wanted to show you some things that are possible with the use of Microsoft PowerPoint. I know some persons are maybe more skilled in terms of using PowerPoint than others, but wherever you are, hopefully, these can help you to see some of the things that you can do. I'm just trying to see. Okay, I'm gonna have to show it this way. Let me just open it first,
Hi, Mr. K
and
Beast. You're back
let's
again. I
see.
think you were here
This
last
is
night.
gonna
I
be
remember
starting from
that
the
handle.
beginning.
Welcome back.
Okay,
Guys, we're
let me do
almost
that
at
again,
650 subs. We're
and
just
I'll share
four
it
subs
with you
short.
now. So this is
Bonjour.
something that I did.
So,
You can always
hi
use
Ibrahim.
PowerPoint in a
So
kind of creative
subscribe so
way.
we can reach the
And
650
in this
subscribers by the end of the night.
particular
Please and thank you.
animation, right? let's say, for example, you just want a creative way to maybe call on students to involve them to make it, once again, your presentation more interactive, right? You can create something like this, right? And this is very simple. You just click on spin and it will spin. You stop, you call in Juliet, or you roll it again, you spin. Well, it's not supposed to go on the same person. Marcia, right? Or Peter, right? Etc. So this is just one thing you can use animations to do in the PowerPoint. Okay, I'm just showing you what is possible. I'm not necessarily going to be having the time to show you exactly how I did all of this. Maybe I can create a tutorial and share that with you, a tutorial video and share that with you a little bit later. All right, but when we talk about interaction, there are different ways on different levels when we talk about making your PowerPoint interactive. Just by embedding some questions, that is interactive too. But you can also use animations, transition, hyperlinks. So I think I'm going to show you one with the use of hyperlinks there. Let me stop this share. With hyperlinks. Wait, give me a moment. Let me find that. This one is
At
hyperlinks.
6:47,
Yes,
we're 3 away.
I think I have more than one with
See if we can get
hyperlinks. Let me
there
show you
soon.
this one. All right. So another one that I did. Um, I'm gonna probably just show you this from. Wait, give me a moment. I need to end this first one. Okay, start this one. Great.
What time is
And
it?
then I'll
It's
share that with you.
currently
So from the beginning.
7:40.
And this is a simple
7:40
quiz
p.m.
actually that I did. All right. Let me just show you if this will just allow me to. Okay, great. All right. So let me show you this one. This is a quiz that I did using hyperlinks. All right. So the first one was animation. This is hyperlinks. So this is like, hyperlinks will take you just like a website. You click on the link and it takes you to that particular slide or page. This is a true or false quiz for computer ethics. So you click on a particular value. In this case, it's almost like maybe a Jeopardy kind of a thing, right? And you have the question. Ethics is mainly about right or wrong. You click on true, or let's click on false and see. You will say, oh, that's incorrect. Okay. Then you can go back to view question again. Click on true. It says that's correct. You
Thank
can
you.
choose to go to the next question here.
Having enough.
Hyperlink once again. And if you choose to
3:40
end the quiz,
a.m.
like let's say you're finished, click
I'm
on
just
end
sleepy.
quiz, and it will simply just stop, right? So all of this is simply use of hyperlinks. All right. Once again, I don't have all the time that I can show you how I did this, but essentially you can hyperlink to anywhere in your document or outside of your document using hyperlinks. Okay. So, and well, there is, in addition to hyperlink, you go to insert. You can go to insert and insert link from here, but there's also the action, right? Action allows you to actually hyperlink to a particular place inside a slide or whatever inside a document. Okay? Or even if you have a external URL, etc. So all of these are hyperlink. So you have the questions that are there, and you also have the whether it's correct or whether it's incorrect is just a slide that you go to be able to do that. So everything here is hyperlink. You can hyperlink text, you can hyperlink even the shapes that you have here, right? Etc. So you can try this out in your own time and see how that works. There's some more that I want to show you. Let me stop this one. Let's see. There is another, okay, this is the fireworks. Let me see if I can show you. This one is a little bit more complicated. Let me see something here. This one is a little bit more complicated. It's all animations, once again, that you can do. I'm just showing you what is possible in PowerPoint. Oh, wait. wait, I should have, let me stop this. I need to share the other one with you. Give me a moment. Let's do that again. Okay, this is the one. All right, great. So, yeah, this is the fireworks, right? Let's click on it. There we go. Sound effect and all of that. That's also PowerPoint. All right, there's one more thing I'm going to share with you in PowerPoint. This is something I did a while back, and this is a interactive CD that I created for one of my courses. Wait, okay, great. Let me get that up for you. Let me see, I think it's this one. Welcome to Computer Ethics 101. Please select Start to begin. Wait, let me share that now too. Okay. All right, let me just share it as it is, and then I'll just tell you how I did this. So this is actually using narration, right? Okay, so you can also add narration to your slides. Okay, this is something else that you can do to, I guess, make it more interactive or interesting, right? In the slideshow, you have a number of information with, in terms of you can do with narration, etc. So this is what I did. I actually added my voice here.
Oh, come on,
And
man,
by the
over
way,
here.
you can
Where's
just
chemo?
create anything. It's just a normal,
I don't know.
some shapes and so on that
Today
I
I
have.
want
Like
to
for the
night, I
start
guess.
button, it's just a shape, and I just
I'm not
simply
viral
add
yet.
that
Why you over
information
here
to
do
it,
chemo?
start, and yeah, I just start the phone and just put everything together to make it seem a little bit more interesting, right? And even this page here, all of these are hyperlinked, so that it's something that you can actually save as a standalone slideshow, so the student can actually just play it straight. So if they want to go and look at different aspects here, whether they want to do the quick quiz or the feedback survey or just watch the video or whatever.
This is like part
actually, I
2
think the way I did
of
this
the
is
live.
that I
Let me
gave the
mute this.
option for them.
It's a like part 2 of the live because we did start one before this. We had like over 500 people on. But I don't know. May I study? Maybe a class them I study. But na chemo, me say there. Boy, you do for me thinking I didn't go look at life, no? Jesus Christ. We over here, do. Mercy God. Just come off. Me I eat me dinner, me I study me their class. When I say like, oh no. A chemo do them. So I eat. Me I work with them. I'm hungry, boy. Look at life, looking all union and nothing to do. Oh, you find me. Oh, you find me YouTube. Why you do for me YouTube? No, and I'm a student, them.
Alright, so I have to share it from the beginning.
Oh God, miss, why you have to do me so?
Let's go
Me
here.
no know.
Again, let's share it from the
But
beginning.
people over here, when they come on,
Oh, I have to share
them
the
study
sound, right?
with me,
You're
them
not
do
gonna hear
them
the sound,
work,
I
them do
think.
their
Or you
thing.
may hear it still, yes.
So,
Okay, so
the internet did
alright,
them,
begin.
I'm gonna have to cut off that the live, then me
Computer
start over.
Ethics
Everybody
101.
gone. But
Please
you wanna me
select
just do
Start
we have like
to begin. Alright,
500
so
and
here you
something
have the
people on.
choice, interactive mode,
Why
or
poet?
narration mode. If you choose
Why?
interactive mode,
Wanna
you get the
just
chance to
in
go
my
through
business?
yourself, you can watch the video.
Christ.
And by the way,
Let's
there are
say they gonna
different
get
ways you can
nobody else.
embed a video. What I did here is I
Let's say they gonna
downloaded
get
this
nobody
video.
else.
You can see the information. That was a long time ago.
Yes.
So you download the video, you can embed it
Subscribe
in
and
the
you can go.
PowerPoint. Or
What me in
you
a class
can
I know, yeah,
embed the
distract me.
link to the video. With that, what happened is that you would need to have the internet for the video to actually play, right? Because it's really a link to the YouTube video that you would have there. So those are the different distinctions between, in terms of embedding a video in your slide, right? If you download it and you have it, you insert it. That's different from if you just put the link to the video. right? And all of these are links once again. So you click on this, it goes to another page. You go back to home, or you click on help, and it goes there. You go
I
back,
hit part time meet this one.
and so on and so forth. So it's all hyperlinks that you have here to be able to navigate. All right, this PowerPoint. Once again, still talking about interactive PowerPoints and basically using hyperlink and also animations to make that process of interaction work. Let me just show you some other things. Going back to PowerPoint, just ordinarily showing you the features here. In PowerPoint, one of the things that I wanted to mention, and we're going to look at this a little bit later too, is that PowerPoint also allows you, let me hide this thing here, it also allows you, going back to the insert menu, I think it's here, it also allows you, if you want to, you can actually do screen recording here. All right. Oh, it's in the record now. Good. So they have a record menu. So you can actually do screen recording using Microsoft PowerPoint itself. We'll touch on that. I'll go through how to do it and so on and so forth, so you can see
No, we
that.
don't.
But
I
it's
don't even
very,
have
very
super chat
powerful
on
now.
here.
And I know that they have embedded
So
also
unless you're going to check the description and
Copilot
you'll
is
see that my
actually
links
here,
in
right?
there. But other than
One
that,
of
I
the
don't have
powerful
super chat.
tools too, which actually has some AI component to it in a way, is your designer, right? Like if you're going through and you want, it's right here, but
Come on.
it's not going to show because these already have designs and everything applied. Not sure why it's not showing up there. But usually when you're just starting out building your
Kitty.
PowerPoint and all of that, it will ask you if you wanted to design and give you some
Can I do
tips and
a project to
etc.
do?
So
You finish your maths
you
project?
can design your
If not,
stuff.
you know
There's
enough. You
also
can't come
add-ins
to
you
school
can
tomorrow.
um, give additional functionality. Meter is one, and that's very good for real-time input and of that in terms of showing different kind of trends and stuff. There's all different kind of things for timing and for just adding additional functionality. So you can check out those add-ins if you're interested in doing different things with PowerPoint. All right, but as it is, there's a lot of things you can already do with the tools you have. As I said, just using animations alone, right? And you also have the transitions and so on. Transitions really have to do with the slide movement, but animations is what you use to make the content come to life, right, on your slide. All right. And of course, if you're using hyperlinks can give you that interactive kind of a feel to it, like almost like a website. All right. So hopefully you guys will check that out if you have not used hyperlinks before. Hopefully you can check those out and see if they help you with making your PowerPoint come to life and make it more interesting. Okay, Simone, I see your hand. You had your hand up. I didn't realize, but go ahead with your comment or question.
Yeah, the
Oh,
feature,
okay.
I'm trying to remember now if it was the hyperlink feature where you were showing us how you incorporated a quiz
I mean, no.
using the hyperlink feature.
Yes, hyperlink.
Yeah, can a grade be associated with that? Like if for individual students?
Sorry, a grade be associated with. Oh, you
Yeah,
mean
can they
quiz,
can
quiz
they
itself?
yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, you're saying if we can make it so that it grades the students' work?
Right.
Well, currently, well, at least with the one that I just showed you, no. But good question. There are additional add-ins, or as I just showed you, add-ons that you can, or plugins, etc., that you can add to PowerPoint if you want to have maybe that kind of a functionality where
Okay.
you can have grades where they are stored somewhere. But what happened with this type of approach is you can use, or the scenario use case is that you are in class and you may want to just just spiced up a little bit, so not that kind of bore as the students will ask the question and so on. But it's not necessarily meant for kind of like being able to have the individuals being able to take that quiz and then that information is stored or sent to you as a teacher. So that's really not the purpose in this case. But if you want that to be done, there are add-ons and other tools that can do it. A little bit later on, we're going to look at testing tools and quizzing tools, excuse me, that we can see some of those tools you can actually use to be able to get that level of, what we call a stateful kind of approach where the test can be done and the information can be stored for the teacher to be able to see the different grades and the statistics and all that kind of stuff. All right. So stay tuned. Come next week or so, we'll look at some of those tools. All right, so I want to touch on the Google Classroom, right? So some of us are already familiar with Google Classroom and how it works, but I'm going to just go ahead and go to Google Classroom now to kind of go through that process of using the tool. So let me just close some of these PowerPoints, one moment, and then head over to that space, and then I'll show you what is possible there as well. So once you have a Google account, right, and I'm going to be using, okay, this one, yeah. So once you have a Google account, you pretty much can have or will have access to Google Classroom. You just go to the apps option here, Google Apps, and you will see Google Classroom right there. You can go ahead and create a new classroom by or join one. So you could create one and be a teacher of the class or just join a classroom that's already existing. Excuse me. So click on this plus sign to create or join a class. One of the things too is cool is that you can actually, wait, let me see. You actually have the option to copy a class. So if you have a class or duplicate it, if you have a class already and you say, oh, instead of going back and recreating this, I want to reuse it, I can do that using the copy option here. All right, so that is pretty cool. But let's go ahead and create one here. Going to create class, and of course, you go through the policies that they have. And yeah, you read it and yeah, agree with that, and then you continue. So let's give it a name. Let's say EDCI 527, and the section is section A. The subject, let's say technology and learning. All right, and I think I'll leave it at that. Room could say online if you want to. All right, create. All right. The thing with copying or duplicating the classroom, it does take some time, depending on the amount of content you have. Like when I'm duplicating a class, I could just leave it, go and do something, and come back. Still, they're trying to copy all the content from the class, the previous class. All right. So usually you have a class code here. You can, copy the class code. You can copy the invite link. So, for example, I copy this. I put it inside the chat here, and yeah, if you want to, you can click on it, and you'll be invited to the class. All right, that's how it works. So there's a code. All right, good. This code can be hidden. You have the option to turn off, reset the code if you want to change the code or whatever for privacy reasons or anything. You can do that as well. All right. All right. So here you'll see all the people that have. So if, for example, you can add another teacher, you could invite teachers to be a part of this classroom. Okay, to just co-teach or just to have maybe an assistant or somebody. You can invite students here, or you can give them the link as we just saw. Just here's where you'll see all the grades for all the students, and of course, this is a stream where you'll see everything that's announced, right? Um, yeah. So here in the classwork section, we can go ahead and create different things. So I can create a topic, I can create a material, question, etc. All right, topics usually like you could make this anything. So you could say Unit 1, getting started. All right.
Can I do it again in
Getting started
environmental?
with technology. All right. So you could do that. All right. So you have that there, and then now I could go create something. So I can create. I could say an assignment or material. All right. So let's say an assignment. I could say assignment number one. All right. Assignment number one, and you have your instructions. You can, upload something for them from your computer or from your Google Drive, from YouTube, etc. You can add a link, and so on and so forth. You have the due date. You can assign this. Usually, if I have like units, I just put it under units. So I'll just put this under unit one, getting started. There we go. So it doesn't have to be like that in terms of how you're designing your thing, but I find that that's more organized. And you can assign it to all students and different classrooms that you have here. In this case, it's just working with one class. Change the points and the due date if you want to. By default, there's no due date, and you go ahead and you can assign that to your class. All right, so the stream will tell you all the things that the teacher has done. So you'll see that coming up there. You can create an announcement to say something to your class.
Reagan,
Right?
Reagan,
You can
why you
create
pass around
quizzes.
to everybody in their
And what they
class?
do here
No,
for
me so
this
hold on
quiz
one
is I
away.
think they're going to ask me for a Google, a
And then I
blank
have a project
quiz
to do.
form. So actually, because Google has our
Reagan,
Google
not
Forms has
from
the
a
ability to
youth.
be able to be
And
used as a
because we can
quiz,
reach it through
they
this year, not from
automatically
my
incorporate that
platform.
there for the
You're gonna
quiz.
delete
Okay.
that.
All right. So you can create a quiz.
And a
I'm
man
not going to
conking
really
your
create the
heard.
quiz now in terms of
Who
the Google
else?
form. We'll look at that another time. But I'll just put
Oh
quiz
my
one there and
gosh.
just assign it
You
anyways.
want a lick. You
Oh, I
finishing
should
a
have put it
project?
to unit
Can I do
number.
Reagan on the
Wait,
finishing a
let me go
project?
back
I
and edit
assume Paul
that.
will be here
Okay,
too.
let it put it to unit number one. Okay, great. And then say so we'll come under one unit. Very good. So yeah, you can do anything. You have your question for discussion
Me say,
questions. I could
within the cook.
call this online
No worry, man.
discussion,
I
right?
soon hold him. Me know if you find him,
Online
me know
discussion
where he live.
one. What
Okay,
do
good.
you think
At least I finish your project.
about
Cause anyway, you need to finish it,
AI
me that see you
in a
tomorrow, me and you.
classroom?
That have a
All right.
serious talk.
Yeah.
Can I do
And
you
so
finish
once
yours?
again, you can add it to a unit. This says student can edit their answer. Yeah, you could give students a chance to do that. Students can reply to each other. Sure, that makes sense. And so I'm gonna go ahead and click on ask here, and that's just gonna be there. All right.
Oh God,
So in a
punch me if you
nutshell,
want school start.
this is pretty
Indeed,
much
like him I go get it.
Google
Trust me, him I get it.
Classroom. It's
I
very,
make him
very simple,
clean in I
very
canteen.
straightforward, very easy to use, and you can set this up in no time. You can customize this if you want to add a picture, a different picture, etc.
Are
You
you
have that
tired?
option to
No.
be able to. I'm not
Well,
going to
yeah.
change that at this
I
point,
want to sleep, but
but you
I have to
can do
finish.
that.
Class
All
ends
right,
at
change your image,
8:30.
change the
Then I have two
different
assignments to do and
things
submit.
related to theme, color,
And
and
then
all
we're
of that.
done.
All right, to how it looks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. When I add people, you'll see once again your students there, and you can add their grades and so on. All right, guys. So I really want you
You not
guys to
finish
try
your
out these
project?
practice
So you come to school
exercises. I'm going
tomorrow?
to show you what these look like. Let me stop the share for Google Classroom as well as
From where are you? Where are you from?
PowerPoint. One
Jamaica.
moment. Let me just go into. Let me find that on my drive. It's on the Moodle. I'm gonna go there shortly. I'm just trying to pull that up. I just remember that I didn't have it up on my screen. So let me go to class activities here and Google Classroom. Google Classroom, where are you? Okay, good. Practice. And yeah, I'm going to show you what that practice look like. And you also have the PowerPoint, right? PowerPoint practice.
Mm-mm.
Okay, where are you?
You can't come visit me at
Microsoft
all.
PowerPoint.
Game
Yeah,
over.
there we go. Different name.
And then
All
I
right,
have a
there we go.
thing
So
to
I'm
do.
going to show you what these practices
Oh,
look like
okay, great.
um, for your practice
Whoop.
for today. All right,
This
so
one's
these are the
good.
two practice exercises. You have Google.
Oh boy.
This is PowerPoint, first of all. Alright, very simple practice, nothing over the top. For those of you who are comfortable with that already, you do have the option to choose, maybe one or two. I'm going to look at the number of practices again and probably just narrow that down to a particular number. So for example, if we have 13 practices, I may just say, okay, you can do any seven, right, of your
For
choice.
this
So
one,
we'll get to that stage. But for now, as much as possible,
you're not
practice.
telling me
So
to
this
come
is a
out
Google
for
Classroom practice. You can see it's a very
you might
simple
run
one.
through the
Just
assignment.
set up something in terms of a unit or two and discussion, add some students, including myself, and
So
just upload some random files. I was telling you here to upload a course outline if you want to, right? So you don't have to create something else. And yeah, the PowerPoint activity, yeah, this one, upload it here too, right? And the Word activity, upload it here. So you don't have to go and create anything. Just so you have something there to work with, right? Um, and I think I give you a Google form, yes, that you can utilize as
do you
well
have
as a video link,
think
so you
more time
can look
maybe
at that.
message?
All right,
I know
and
me feel like
just
say
create a
I
Google
probably
Meet
wanna me pick
and
them
put
and
the link
texting that.
inside there
Hello.
as well. Okay, so that's it for your practice. So I hope that you
Me no
guys
know.
will actually go ahead, get some practice done. Remember, as well as we
One of your
go
files.
through, let me just go back to, where am I? Let's go back to Moodle, because we do have,
With
okay, yeah, so remember that we do have something due. Let me look back at the due dates that we have here. Let me see. Okay, so your discussion number one, that's the 22. No, that's not what we're talking about. Assignment number one is going to be due tomorrow, okay? So you want to probably focus on getting this completed for tomorrow. For the activities, the practice activities, I did give you some time until, let me see when this one is due. Okay, this is the, wait, that's a project, sorry. This activity for, okay, for yes, last class, not yesterday. This is also going to be due on Thursday. That's the
tomorrow.
Audacity, and then the word practice is also on Thursday, right? But for these two practices, I give you until, oh, I haven't reached Thursday yet. One moment. Where am I? Okay, for these two, that's the Google Classroom. I've given you until Sunday to complete this activity. uh, for both that and the word, yes. So you can take some time, and the PowerPoint, sorry, you can take some time to do that. Um, so the focus can be now on trying to finish up your assignment. Once again, you do have, even though you're not going to see that on your side, there's a buffer
Right
on
now,
one
no
side.
make me look a bit afraid to come to South Africa because so no behave on here. I
All right,
wonder.
my apologies for that
I,
background noise that
why
was
do I it?
us, but yeah, there's a buffer period in terms of the cutoff date that you have probably about 1 or 2 days, okay, to play with. So even though you may not see it on your side, but you could still try uploading it. It will flag it as late, but I won't take off any marks because of late work. Is just to give you that additional, buffer just in case. But let's pretend that those 2 days are not there, all right? Just to be able to focus in, because there's a lot of stuff that you're going to be doing in a short time. So you really don't want to delay too much, right? There's a buffer, but don't delay too much. All right, guys. So I'm going to put again inside the chat for you. Let me stop this share. I'm going to put again for you the attendance, so you can go ahead for those who haven't signed yet. And I'm gonna give you the time to just get your practice done, complete your discussion one if you have that to complete, and also finish up on your assignment number one. Okay. All right. So once again, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your presence, your participation, your interaction, and definitely looking forward to seeing you next time. And next time we want to delve into some more things, including, yes, the Ed puzzle that you just saw for unit number 3. We're going to be publishing that next week. And we will talk about instructional strategies, the assured model. We look at some testing tools like class marker, etc. And so I'm hoping that you guys are excited about that, and we'll get a chance to do some more discussion and also delve into some more demos. All right. So Nadine, I see your hand. You can go ahead with your question or comment before we go.
Sorry, the link is still not working.
All right, Nadine, no worries. Just
Oh,
well, I know that you're here, so I'll just take note of your attendance and just document that for you. For those of you
I think
also
he's
having
ending
challenges
class
with that, just
early
send me an email,
tonight.
and yeah, you're
Think
welcome,
me alone
and
sleep.
I'll be happy to add you to the register for today. All right? Okay, great. All right, so do enjoy the evening, and of course, once again, practice. Okay, practice, practice, practice as much as you can. You have Audacity, you have class, well, Google Classroom. You
Let's
also
see if I
have
go
the
say nothing.
PowerPoint and the word practice, and of course, assignment one due tomorrow, and work on your discussion one, and you can always get started on the others afterwards. Okay. All right.
A quick question, sir.
Yeah.
Are we required to join the Google Classroom that you just created?
No, I was just
Okay.
just
That was just demonstration. Okay.
yeah, for that purpose. Yeah. So that's fine. You don't need to join it. Okay. I mean, there's nothing there really. So yeah. I mean, you can join if you want a classroom, and you can also leave the classroom. So joining doesn't mean that you're permanently there either. But yeah, you don't have to join it. All right.
When I just
All
forward
right,
it
guys. So
to
thank you for joining us.
everybody
Appreciate your
team
presence
because
once
no me
again.
used to do
Just
it
look
with it.
at those things that
Can I
are
tell
on
me I'm
Moodle.
not gonna problem.
Get started on those things that you need to get started on, like immediately, that are gonna be due, and work your way through the rest. All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening and also your weekend, because we won't see each other until next week. And so God bless. Take care. Ciao.
Ciao. Guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Recording
much.
stopped. And just like that, just like that, class is over. In call for me already, I'm gonna answer. And like, can multitask. I can multitask, I can pay attention. So, two assignments due tonight, a discussion and assignment one. So, we're gonna do the discussion now. We're gonna take one nap, come back, and then we finish. We do assignment one. Assignment one long, though, very long. We can't bother. We have to get it done. The links to my the links to all of my socials are the one that I have open to you guys. They're in my description, so you guys can check it out and you will see it there. But I don't give out my number or stuff like that. So yeah. Hello. Let's see what this assignment is about. Okay. You know this. No, no personal texting nor anything of the sort. None of that. None of those stuff. As I said before, like I've said 1,000 times, the socials that I have open to the public, they're in my description, so you can just search for me, I guess, and you'll see them there. Other than that, like, yeah. No. So discussion one. You cat them out of there. Eh? Them be terrible. Alright. So discussion one. This is due Thursday, January 22nd, but maybe from now. It says discuss one drawback of using technology in the teaching and learning process. So after I do this discussion, I have one assignment and two class activity that's due by Sunday. The assignment is due tomorrow midnight though. So I have to get on top of that right now. Right now. Do you know this? Can we sleep now? You can go sleep. But may I stay up for like 20 more minutes, get this done, then we go take a nap afterwards. But for now, you guys both have different beds, so I'm gonna see. Right. Where they got it put? Exactly. Only can go sleep. The class session is finished right now. We just do like assignments. So yep. Boy, I ramp with them. Okay. Switch. So the question is to discuss one drawback of using technology in the teaching and learning process. When you open the discussion here, you can see so discuss one drawback of using technology in the teaching and learning process. Post your responses to the question. Respond to at least one person's post. I'm also feeling okay, Jaboy. That's good. I'm true studying too. Although I did it on my phone, believe it or not, I did understand what I'm saying. So I just will do this work. But you have like one long list of guidelines, like 18 guidelines you want discussion post. Respond to at least one person's post. Responses should not be yes or no or I agree. So good night. do my PhD in law. Okay, that's great. That's great. Which school do you study? Or which, like, what type of law? Criminal law, environmental law? What type of law? Do not copy and paste your responses. Your grade will be 0. Use your own words and style of writing. Use proper English and grammar. Responses should be accurate and substantial. Use references for all responses. UAPA format for all responses. Post your response to discussion question first before you see others' comments. 100 words minimum, 150 words maximum. Criminal and labor law. Wow, that's a lot. Like, that's a lot to unfold. I want to get into like envy law for my PhD, environmental science law for my PhD, but continuing education for now. But how has it been? Like, rate it out of 10. It is not easy. Criminal law, yeah. So for you and Reagan on a better depend on P and no Q because people did it will clock on. It's easy. Well, I guess because I love it. But I would think that it would be a little bit a lot, seeing there's a lot of things to study. What year are you in? Because law school tend to take a few years. So what year are you in? They will never spoke. This is due when? 22nd of January, Thursday. So that's next week, Thursday. I wonder if we do it now. No, I'm not even in a mood to do it again. Next week, Thursday, 11:59 p.m. I think we can do it sometime next week. No. Let me see if I can write something. Um, I gotta do it. Let's just get it out of the way. I really want to sleep it through. I really want to sleep. Last night, I go bed at 12:30. That's me up at like submit one work they have to do. So then wake up 5:30, work out, come to school, deal with Uno, and then come back home, rest off, bed, wash, then class, then assignment, and the cycle repeat. I do practice as an advocate. My last year for PhD. Okay. Because when I do like advocating work on something, can I get a practice in? Yeah. Any scholarship you'd recommend? Um, let's start. 150 words. We can do this. Oh no. Yes. Not you still. Bruce Wayne, you're a good person. Like, you look out on him someday. But Iresa Uno. Mm. De una vez por todas. Nice. My day was chill. Yeah. Yeah, good youth. Easy for work with. Rest of them have to talk like 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Or bark after them. Yeah, good youth. You are grown well. I think give your mother that. Or your parents or your guardian that run of applause. Then do one good job raising you. Yep. The cat them a mate outside and they off the tear down the place. I don't know why them a go along so. That's crazy. Law is the best in the world. It just different countries have different laws. When I move to Jamaica, then they will let me do a 1-year course to practice in your country. Okay. Yes. Okay. I know it depends on the country. It depends on the country and like the specifications that is required or things that they want to know if you know. So like where are you doing it now, in America or in another area? Sorry, I don't know my mom. I'm sorry about that. My grandma did or died. It's only South Africa and UK is the same. Okay, that's why I think lots of people like them get scholarship elsewhere. I'm South African. Okay, and that's, I guess that's why a lot of people get certifications or get pursue the masters and PhD elsewhere, especially outside the Caribbean, because the coursework and stuff is a little bit more manageable. And yeah, you know that, you know, technical, still hard, but a little bit more manageable. Plus they get scholarships and stuff like that. Sure, yeah. I'm teaching. Miss, I'm going now. So later. Thank you for being here, Bruce Wayne. Tomorrow when we go live, you might tell me so I go see you again to see you tomorrow. Unofficially. Give me 10 Jawbox. Hello. Regarding counterfeit goods. Okay, I'm right now I want to do it, but I'm wondering if I'll enjoy it. I love the idea of being an environmental lawyer. I love the idea of that. But I am wondering, like, because it's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of things you have to read and know. Not that I have any problem reading and knowing everything, but if I'd be like really into it. Yeah? Hmm? Me dep on live. But I'm happy you're having, like, you're managing it well. Hmm? Hmm? Yes. And job box. Oh. Miss, that not sound good, man. I mean by that not sound good. What not sound good? Environmental law we are talking about. There are numerous job box of there. Sure. Nobody come over here, me can't talk. Everything gonna burn me up and light me up and everything. Make me talk. Sure. Boy, that not sound good. That not sound good, man. There are numerous job box. Technology and I could just dictate this and make your mother variety. I don't know. You know one day over here like on weekends. Trust me. Just learn for just like Friday, Saturday, Sunday when then everybody they home and do their thing. Me no want them know about this. Make it stay, make it on way there. Can't take it by the nice. There can be numerous drawbacks as it relates to using technology in teaching and learning. Full stop. One of which includes reducing critical thinking in the classroom due to an overdependence on technology. Full stop. Yeah. Me no mind, but we can't bother. We can't bother. Me used to them feel like know about my TikTok and stuff. For my YouTube, I feel like if you find me YouTuber really either inquisitive or like you really like interested. So you can see me TikTok and see the other stuff them. But my YouTube like more sacred. Good morning. I do have a court case today. I wish I can record and send it to you. It would change your mind just a little. I'm not against it. Like, oh, that pretty. Not pretty. I have a clear passion for it, I would love to do it. But I'm wondering, I don't know. I want to do the master's first, then the PhD after. So let's see what that entails. But I'm happy you're enjoying it. I'm happy you're having fun with it. I'm just happy for you. So there can be numerous drawbacks as it relates to using technology in teaching and learning, one of which includes reducing critical thinking in the classroom due to an overdependence on technology. If you do have a degree, just find out by institution if you can use some of your credits. Yeah, I'm going to get into that. Probably the next, like, God's willing, like 4 or 5 years, to be honest, because after this postgrad, do the masters after, and then save up for the PhD. So, God's willing. So there can be numerous drawbacks as it relates to using technology in teaching and learning, one of which includes reducing critical thinking in the classroom due to an over dependence on technology. Yeah. This is seen where students have been seen to reduce their ability to analyze information. They don't see the necessity to try and tackle more complicated questions due to them having access, delete, quick access to AI that will easily solve their problems for them, comma, there is a reduction in the way in which they approach questions and discussions. They tend to just copy and paste the first thing they see as opposed to analyzing the situation or the questions for themselves, which has significantly reduced their critical thinking, especially when in exams and seeing their explanations for extended questions. You see where they lack critical thinking. However, their projects show extended explanations which prove how AI is doing the work for them, but they fall short. While let's see how much word. There can be numerous drawbacks as it relates to using technology in teaching and learning, one of which includes reduces critical thinking in the classroom due to an overdependence on technology. This is senior students have been, this is senior students have been observed to reduce the ability to analyze information. They, they don't see the necessity. there is a there are concerns in the way in which they approach questions and discussions. Hi, Ori, I'm doing okay. Which they approach questions and discussions. So copy and paste or for parler français. No, I don't speak French. Where students have been observed. This is scene where students have been observed to have a lower ability to analyze information. They don't see the necessity to try and talk more. There are concerns in the way in which they approach questions and discussions. What is the time now? It is currently 8:43 p.m. There are The most drawbacks as it relates to the technology industry. One includes reducing critical thinking. Data. I know my cat, that's a cat outside. Like, the cat outside, them lip on mating spree. So right now, them are doing the most, to be honest. They were doing the most. Independent. What are you thinking? I'm finishing up this work. Hello, good evening. The cross on your neck makes you grateful. Thank you. I don't know where them mosquito come from, but they get up a while ago. Trying to find sources on this topic quickly, at least two sources. Well, do you have kids? No, I don't. Do you have kids? Kids, yeah, kids are beautiful. I just don't have any. I just don't have any. I just don't have any. Good night. A mosquito still want to eat up me. Ever get self-conscious about being on live? Not really. I guess you have like when you've created a few different YouTube channels, you get subconscious like hearing yourself. And you, for me, I used to create like, or still create short videos. So constantly hearing myself on those, videos and stuff like that. That stage for me has passed. So now being on here, it's unfiltered. I come as I am. I don't have time to cut out nothing, edit nothing. I'm just showing up as my true self. So not being on live, but I used to be a little self-conscious when I was like creating more shorter form content. And you have to go through and edit it, and you're picking apart every little thing, seeing fault it, every little thing. So that used to be like a concern of mine. Used to be like one of the things for me. Please help me. How can we be of help? It's on, so cat time. This mosquito must be really bothering you. Yeah, I'm kind of chill out, but I don't know why they were behaving like that. So hostile. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Hi. Oh, we finally reached. Lane. Lane. Hmm? Mhm. Hmm? Hmm. Hi. Hmm. on your life. Just imagine the nastiest of nastiest stuff. I can't even say it, but just imagine it. Guys, my phone is at 10%. I'm in Jamaica. My phone is at 10%. So I'm going to take a nap and then I'll get back to you guys, okay? So have a good rest of your night. Bye.